Welcome to Light the Path, the podcast that brings you inspiring stories of courage, strength, and faith. Listen in as we explore how God's love and grace can inspire and motivate us to overcome life's challenges and light the path forward.
Hello, Pathfinders. How's it going? How is it going? What are you up to? It's your girl, Deborah Cole, and this is a solo episode of Light the Path podcast. And I'm so excited you're here. I want to talk to you about something. But before I do that, are you subscribed? Are you subscribed on all audio platforms? Are you subscribed on YouTube? I just want to know. I mean, you don't have to tell me, but if you are, thank you. Thank you so much. But today I want to talk to you. It's a solo episode because I keep getting this question because this is my third anthology. It's the most anticipated book of the year, okay? Abba's Daughter. She's right here. Isn't she beautiful? So audio listeners, I am putting up this book, Abba's Daughters, beautiful purple cover, 3 women on the cover, different shades, different depiction of women. So I definitely want to get this book in your hands. But because of the book coming out, the book is coming out. It will be available International Women's Day, March 8th. The ebook will be available. However, I want to get a copy in your hands because it's so beautiful. You're going to be able to sit with her and read with her and just, I'm calling her because it's like my baby. It's like one of my little babies. Anyway, so the end of March, I will have physical copies, more physical copies to get to you, to sign, seal, and deliver to you. So I want to get you on the pre-order list right now. So if you haven't ordered your book, you haven't got on the pre-order list, then do that. I will put the link to that in the description. You just go to my PayHip and get it right from your house, right from your phone, right from your laptop, wherever you are, you'll be able to get it. So today I want to address a question that I have been asked. Why an anthology? Why an anthology? Because I've done 3. This is my third one. Now, this one is in particular is extremely special to me because it is the first time that I was a co-visionary. So Rashonda Marie and I always say that God is the visionary, right? And that we are the co-visionaries. And so being a co-visionary was extremely different than just being a contributor author. Being a contributor author, I was just able to be responsible for myself, get it in, follow the directions of the editor, follow the directions of the visionary, and just go. The blueprint was handed to me. And so being a co-visionary was totally different. It gave a different dynamics of responsibility because we want to get it right. We want to follow what God is saying. We want to be able to hear from God. And so being able to be a co-visionary was definitely an area of growth for me because there was one time, I'm giving an example, because one time during this process, we had several workshops. And so one of the workshops, I was the facilitator and I'm like, whoa, okay. And so I had to get everything together. But that week I was overwhelmed with distractions. Like I couldn't keep my head focused. I'm like, what is this fly doing? Looking around, gazing around. What is that bird talking about out there? What is this? What is the fire truck? Where they going? Like I was so distracted. Every little thing had me distracted from getting the workshop together. So finally, with a couple of days ahead of time, I was able to sit down, focus. I had to just get my blueprint, do this, 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 and don't do anything else until you get this done. And so I was able to settle myself and get it done. And so I was satisfied with the outcome of it. However, it was just really an attack of the enemy because even some of the other contributing authors and also Rashonda Marie, the co-visionary, talked about distractions happening, talked about life things happening because yes, we're trying to put a book together, but then we also had life going on. So we had to just really stay focused, really stay prayed up, and really it's some things, and the Bible speaks of this, come through fasting and praying. And so we were doing all those things. And so being a co-visionary was just a beautiful experience. And I am so thankful to Rashana Marie for even considering me to be a part of it. And so it's just been beautiful. So I want to give you 3 reasons why an anthology. And so for me, the first one is less pressure. When you're contributing author, you are responsible for yourself, your chapter, getting it in. You're not responsible. The visionaries are responsible for the editing, for the getting everybody together, for the word count. They're responsible for the cover, the back cover. They're responsible for getting it loaded up into KDP, getting it available internationally. Like there's so many backstream things that happen that you just don't see. And so with being a contributor author, one of the benefits is less pressure. And I'm going to add in here less expense. Now, there is usually an expense attached to being a contributor author, but that number compared to publishing your own book is a total significance. It's significantly different. So it's less pressure being a contributing author, but then also you have less expenses. You pay your one-time fee, boom, you're in there, and then you pay for, your books that you're going to get and stuff like that. But that number is still lower than what you would pay being a solo author. So that's one thing, less pressure. Number 2 is probably my favorite, collaboration. I love community. If anybody knows me, I love community, and collaboration is so vital to the anthology process. And so as we were getting the plans together, we wanted it to feel like a sisterhood. We wanted to create a safe space because people, the women that are in this book, had vulnerable, transparent moments that they were sharing. And we wanted them to know that this is a safe place, a safe community, or when they're having distractions like me, to be able to say, hey, reel yourself back in. And so we were able to create that. We created a sisterhood. We created a community, a safe space for women to be able to come, share their stories, be vulnerable and transparent at the same time. And so that was probably my favorite. That's probably my favorite part of anthologies. And you get to meet different people because everybody that's in the anthology, some people I've never met them in real life. I've only known them from their online content. So it was a beautiful thing to really interact with them and for us to peel back some layers and to have community. So collaboration is definitely one of my favorite pieces of doing anthology. And then the final piece that I think is essential and why an anthology is your yes. There is power in your yes. And when I say that, because your destiny is always connected to a series of yeses and nos. So it's like, you can, you can't. I won't, I will. I can, I can't. Yes and no, yes and no. Life is full of yes and no's. And so when you are a contributor author and you say yes to yourself, that yes, I'm going to share my story, I'm going to share part of my testimony, then that alone gives you power and it increases God's intensity in your life. Why? Because you are evidence of what he can do. Your physical walking evidence. We have physical walking miracles in this book because of God's grace and mercy. And when you share that, you are helping somebody else with their walk. And so your testimony is never for you. It's always to help and to encourage somebody else. So 1, 2, 3. 1, less pressure. That's why you should join an anthology. 2 is collaboration, community. Doing this together is so much better than doing it by yourself. And then 3, there is power in your yes. And when you think about your yes too, think about the Bible and when it says all God's promises are yes and amen. Okay, so what else? Those are my top 3. So I'm not gonna harp on that, but I do want to tell you that. And the reason why I'm telling you that is twofold. 1, because I'm gonna give y'all a little. Let me scoot in. Let me scoot in. I'm in a public place. Let me scoot in. Let me say this. There will be an Abba's daughter chapter. No, not chapter. Okay, let me rewind. I'm trying to drop T and I can't even say it clearly. There will be an Abba's Daughters Volume 2. Woo! I'm just going to sit that right there. There will be an Abba's Daughters Volume 2. So if you've ever thought about, I want to write a book, I want to share part of my story, I want to do this, how can I do this? Be a contributing author for an anthology. I just gave you 3 reasons why you should be a contributing author. So if you want more information about Volume 2 or to get on the waiting list, make sure you email me or direct message me. Finally, to wrap this up, the solo episode 2, the reason why I want to talk about the anthology is because the month of March is my first series. My first series for getting back into the podcast seat. And so I'm excited about this. I will be talking to 6 of the contributing authors from Abba's Daughters. Now, I did not get to speak with all of them because there are 14 women actually in the book. However, I was able to speak with 6 of them. And then I got the co-visionary, Rashonda Marie, and the forward author, Yasu, also. So here's the breakdown. This is how it's going to work. So it's going to be a little bit different in March, but it's going to be great. It's going to be double the episodes. The first week in March, I'll have Rashonda Marie and Yasu. The audios will all come out at 6 a.m. The videos on YouTube will be premiering at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then the second week, March 12th, I'll have 2 contributing authors. I will have one released at 6 a.m. for the audio, and then the second author released at noon. And then following that, the YouTube will be available from 7 p.m., then the next one at 8 p.m. So you will be getting double doses of audio and video and 2 contributing authors at a time. So that's March 12th, March 19th, and March 26th. So look forward to that. I will be posting more about that on social media as we're led up to this, so that way you can keep up with it. But what a better, easier way to do? And there's no pressure here, okay? I'm your girl, I'm your friend. Well, we're in community together. Hit the subscribe button. So you won't have to look for the post. You already get a notification saying when it's going to happen. How that sound to y'all? Okay. Anyway, I would love for you to share this video out with somebody that may possibly want to be an anthology. They're a good choice. Somebody that you love that has a story that they've been sitting on a book. They haven't got it together yet. I want them to know about an anthology, because anthologies are a great way for you to get your feet wet, to jump in the boat, but you don't have to risk a lot of money. It's high reward and low risk. So anyway, I love y'all. Solo episode in the books, another solo episode, and look forward to other solo episodes as we continue this season. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye.